Yo guys, welcome back to TFW. You're back with another video. Today, we've got a Premier League roundup, but as you can tell, the lineup's a bit different. We brought PB back to the studio. First of all, are you okay? Have you recovered? Because he was getting cooked. And it wasn't a normal cooking they were doing, you know?
He was getting cooked, man.
Yeah, you know them summer barbecues?
Yeah, they dumped me. But you know what it is, to be honest? I just thought I tried to say something a little bit controversial. Obviously, I know United fans are easy to wind up on the net. But no, genuinely though, I did believe what I was saying. I feel like obviously the clip that he's put out on the on social media is making me is not portraying the full story. But obviously that's why people have to pre the full video and then we're able to see. But that was good though, man. I enjoyed it.
Nah, I hear that still.
Let's good to have you on, man.
Who should we start with for the Premier League, you know? Actually, no. I know who I'm going to start with, yeah. I'm just going to... See Chelsea?
What, for the 4-4? For a draw?
Not only because of that, bro, they produced back-to-back classics. 4-4 against City, 4-1 against Tottenham.
But bro, at the end of the day, it was a 4-4 draw. They scored a penalty in the last minute. Like against City
but Man
at
City
home.
got a penalty that they potentially shouldn't even.
I was going to say
for the first
the City penalty was quite soft.
It was an unfortunate deflected goal for Rodri in the last minute. The players were deflated, bro. It's more about the attitude and how it makes Chelsea feel now as a club and how we can be.
It's a good step.
Yeah, it's a
that's
very
what
good
it is.
step.
Obviously,
it shows the level you're at though, but it's a good step, man.
But I saw someone.
I
saw someone make a tweet and they said Chelsea play to their level of opposition. I feel it's funny, first of all, but I don't think that's necessarily the case. I feel like Chelsea struggle to break down a low block, innit? So when we're coming up against teams where we're quote unquote going machine for machine, it's better for us because we can go against the like teams playing in a high line and stuff like that, or teams trying to play in our half. Because we can just counter. We've got Cole Palmer, we've got Sterling, we've got Jackson, who are actually quite good going forward. Bro, we saw.
You put Jackson in that criteria. You know, I think
he's got 4 goals in the last 2 games.
Yeah,
I love it,
He's the worst striker to score a hat-trick. Did you see that hat-trick against Tottenham?
That hat-trick was meaty, bro.
I hear
bro,
it.
he should have had 6 or 7.
But then again, he got a hat-trick, bro.
He got a hat-trick, exactly.
It's true. I don't know
someone said Rashford doesn't have a hat-trick.
He doesn't. You're right. He doesn't.
Not to disrespect him, but you gotta respect it. Goals are
has
goals.
one.
That's
what I'm going to say.
But yeah,
it's crazy stuff.
I think it's been a decent month for Chelsea, to be honest.
Yeah,
I'll take it, man.
Good.
Even up against Arsenal, when I looked at like our predicted run of games, I think up until December.
Oh yeah, it's rough.
It's rough. I predicted that we'll probably get like
2 points.
I said 8 to be realistic. I think we still got United to come up.
Yeah,
you know that's going to be a big game for us. Like, you know, so
I think Chelsea are going to beat United personally.
Yeah,
of course you think that.
No.
You not here.
Is that Stamford Bridge or is it at?
I think
doesn't matter.
If it's at Old Trafford,
Same result.
No, if it's on Old Trafford, I mean, everyone's been eating there, you know.
The thing is, at Stamford Bridge, we always eat at Stamford Bridge. You guys don't beat us there.
No, but you know, it's Chelsea United. Is it? Yeah, Chelsea United at the Bridge is such a dry game.
It's dry. It's dry.
Bro, it feels like
it's
torture.
Dry.
I don't get it.
It's dry.
Bro, that game hasn't been lit since like 2012.
I've seen some horrible Chelsea United games, like 0-0s, 1-1s.
There's been a couple. Was there not?
The last time it was 1-1.
That time where
Rashford banged the free kick in.
Nah, but there was one where Casemiro recently.
That was 1-1.
Yeah.
He was celebrating like mad for a draw.
Yeah,
but then again, it's a way at Stamford
clock.
Bridge. You can celebrate a draw like that in the last minute.
Yeah.
You can though, you can.
But you're just getting on to Chelsea.
I don't know.
Because you guys were home. You guys were home.
But yeah, no, it's been a decent month for Chelsea.
So, do you know what it is? Yeah, over the last 2 weeks, there's just been smiles on my face because you see the Tottenham capitulation, bro. Against Tottenham, against Chelsea, that game I was like,
everything went bad.
Can't lie. In the first 15 minutes, it could have been 3-0. And then Udogie and Romero both should have been sent off before they even got red cards. Romero, you need to have a conversation about him because people keep telling me that he's world class, he's this, that, and the third.
I don't
think so.
Liability.
I think what it is,
that's what you call it. Liability.
It's the World Cup juice. And you know, I did say your team is
Enzo's got the
no. But he was riding off of that juice for the last for the last year, bro.
Pause.
Are you lying, man? Nah.
That definitely applies to Romero, but you know
he's too rash. He's too rash,
but he's just too rash. You can't have that in you at the top.
And that's why I say I don't think he's that good of a defender. Because if you're such a good defender, why are you always being so rash? You know, even when you look at the
Pepe was rash though. Ramos was rash.
Yeah,
Ramos wasn't really rash.
Japstam. There were some. Japstam wasn't that rash, but there were some rash players. Vidic was rash.
Yeah, Vidic
Not
was
really
rash.
though. I feel like
Pepe was rash.
No, Pepe was just in his own category. That guy was doing MMA and whatnot things. But what I'm saying is, there's a fine line between being rash and being aggressive. I feel like Vidic was aggressive, but he wasn't rash.
Yeah, but we're
With Vidic, I can hear
we're
that.
looking at different eras of football though as well. Like,
Yeah, but it's sort of the same. Like, these are the players that, you know, the likes of Romero, like Saliba, Van Dijk. I'm just saying, like, the current centre halves that are, you know, in high esteem in the Premier League.
Martinez.
These are the ones that they were looking up to. Do you know what I mean? So, nah, you can't use that as an excuse.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying like, you know, they don't have those aspects to their game when they can't be like that. I just think it's more of a thing where you didn't have VAR or things like that. I don't think the ref would have clocked that happened if it wasn't for VAR, you know. But game goes on, seriously.
He is rash. He is rash.
But obviously he has to be more cautious in this modern day game is what I'm trying to say. And the fact that he's not is a problem for Spurs because they had that, and on top of that, then you got Udogie, who's, like you said, he shouldn't have been on the pitch anyway. He's gone and tackled Sterling that for absolutely no reason.
Yeah.
Sent off, taking your team down to 9 men, and amidst of all of that, the injuries.
Yeah, Van de Ven looked like he got shot when he did his hamstring. James Maddison, like, I don't know if they said he's fractured his ankle.
Like New Year or something.
Until end of January, apparently.
Yeah, bro. But the thing is, everyone's been praising Ange, and I think he's a good manager, innit? But I think people have been overdoing it.
You know what? I think
it's because
they've been overdoing it.
No,
Let me not say something. Let me not say something.
I think he's clearly done his thing, but it just shows that the squad is still bare. They don't, but you got to kind of question the signings. Obviously, he adopted Richarlison. He doesn't really want probably a player like that, to be honest. He's lost Kane, which is, we do have to take that into account. He's got his own type of players, and obviously James Maddison. I'm not sure if that was a club signing or
that was both. That one was a common sense sign.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of teams should have been in for Maddison. Obviously, Chelsea brushed it apparently because he doesn't fit our age criteria,
which kind of makes sense if you're trying to, you know.
Do you think United could have brought him into the mount?
No.
But you know what the thing, not to go on a tangent, but you know what the thing is with United, I think they were more looking for a 8 rather than a 10, which is why I don't really get why they signed Mount, because he's like a 10. Sometimes played wide quite a lot for Chelsea.
It doesn't make sense.
Back to Spurs, they.
What I found wild was the fact that, so I've never really seen this before, but after a team gets decimated 4-1, red cards or not, injuries or not, how you praising the manager's tactics?
How
you know what? Yeah, I can't lie. That made me really. Any rating I had for Ange, it really went, bro.
But you know, I rate the audacity to try and stick with this is
foolishness, bro.
No,
it's foolishness, man.
It is, but
go on.
Sometimes foolishness works. Look at when Spain went to the World Cup with no recognised striker, playing Fabregas in a false 9. One of the first
that's a different level,
and a different type of foolishness.
I
get
it.
a high line with 9
bro,
men.
I watched the goals here. I can't lie. I was rewinding it. I was laughing.
No,
because how
I
was
was
it?
laughing too.
Literally, they all stepped out. Yeah, then it was literally just a quick running behind.
Yeah,
and then you're now
dumb.
chasing it. Bro, it was dumb defending.
It was dumb.
Like,
And
it was foolish.
I'm just saying, I rate it in terms of him saying, okay, do you know what? We've worked on this because they've clearly worked on it, and they said we're gonna try it. Instead of just saying, oh, you know what, 9 men, let's just shut up shop. Although,
do you think they worked on playing with 9 men?
Every team does work.
No. I doubt it. Like not really, bro.
No. Honestly, let me land. I feel like every team plans for the scenario when they go down to 10 and 9 men. Because 10 men, you see it a lot of, especially Arsenal. And the reason I say is because early Arteta days, bro, we were getting red cards left, right, and centre. And it's like,
but if you go down to 10 men, what you just do 2 banks of 4 and you keep
not necessarily though. Not necessarily.
But, most teams do that.
Most teams do, and it will be hard. Most teams do. It's still difficult to break them down. Chelsea,
what we did against Copenhagen.
Exactly, and I'm saying they will train that. They will train that 10v11. They'll train 9v11, and it's made to understand to keep possession in tight spaces, and then overload one side, and then you might have a chance at another if you are going for a win. Do you know what I mean?
But whatever training they did, training they did, it didn't work.
It didn't work.
It didn't work. It didn't work.
Didn't work.
And they should never ever try that again, bro. It was I'll tell you, I was watching, I was pressing, on YouTube, you double tap. I was doing the double tapping, going back, and I was just laughing.
Chelsea should have scored way more as well. Like players,
Jackson should have scored 7, bro.
Understand the offside rule.
Cucurella was greedy, didn't square it to Sterling.
Yeah,
it could have been very, very bad.
Exactly.
Can I ask you though, as a Chelsea fan? obviously, if you look at the table, you're still quite low. I think, is it 10th you are?
Think
16 points or something like that. You're really low. Like, everyone's talking about Man United not playing as well as before, which, yeah, of course, we haven't started the season well at all. But Chelsea's low is, like, really low.
But can I say what's different? Just before PB gives his own 2 pence, you know what I think is different?
What?
It's different because of the environment and the aura around both clubs. In United, it's quite stale. It's kind of lackluster. People are kind of like, you don't necessarily know what's going on. And I'm pretty sure you can testify to this as well. With every game, you're like, I don't know what United I'm going to get. I don't know if we're going to be in absolute shambles. Is Rashford going to turn up? Is Bruno going to turn up? Whereas with Chelsea, cool. Last year, they had that in a sense where they were lost. They didn't really know what they were doing. Now Poch is here. Even though he's been here since the start of the season, and the start of the season they were poor, over the last 3 games, I feel like Poch is like, right, these are the players I know I can stick with. These are the systems I know I can play. And I said this to someone last week after the Tottenham game where the first 15 minutes, they were abysmal. Tottenham could have been 3-0 up. And he made a slight change. In the midfield, he changed from a box to a triangle. And he brought Cole Palmer in just a bit more, just to navigate in sort of, I think at the start of the game, he was putting him in the, what do you call it? In like the channels on the wing. Instead, after the first 15 minutes, he put him in the middle. Go roam and do what you do best. And then that's when we saw a switch. And then obviously the red cards happened and whatnot. And then we saw it again against City, where they started really well. Before the game, a lot of people were writing them off. Oh yeah, but it was Tottenham and the 9 man and the injuries. But they literally went.
So you're telling me they have a more complete squad that works well with the manager.
Yeah, and
so that's even more the reason for why they should be doing better than United.
No. But what I'm saying is, it's a process. It's not a thing where it's like, okay, cool, Poch, boom, you're here now. Start the season, you flying.
Yeah, but then based on what you're saying, what they have is what we're lacking. Players that actually suit a system together along with the manager.
You've got a lot more. You've definitely got a lot more experienced players in your squad, which is fair enough. Like that's the route that you've gone down, and I wish sometimes my squad had a little bit more of experience. The only players we really have experience in are, Thiago Silva and
Reece James. You could even say
Sterling.
It's Sterling definitely. Reece James, I don't even know. Like now, Conor Gallagher is obviously it's just Reece James. I'm saying it because of fitness, like obviously his experience, but like he hasn't been playing recently too much. He's only now getting filtered back into games, which we're seeing his ability and talent. I feel like Jeremy Doku, he locked him up.
To an extent,
and he got an assist in the game for Sterling. Like so we're showing signs, and I feel like the Chelsea of before isn't really showing through too much right now because we'll be people saying there's still factions saying Poch out, but we're patient, we're calm.
If anyone says Poch out, they're deluded because it's the same thing that I think. Yeah, you can. I feel like Poch has sort of emulated what the sort of process that Arteta went through, but in maybe a shorter space of time.
The reason why it's a shorter space of time is because there's more money.
Exactly.
That's the thing about United as well.
And also, I don't think that it's just players that suit the manager that's lacking at United because Poch has had way less time than Ten Hag. Ten Hag is going into his second full season.
And I think probably way less options. Chelsea were just signing players who suit their their philosophy of what they're trying to
this is what we're going to shift the club to.
What the scouts identify. And I think he kind of has to work with what he gets. And I respect him for doing that. Yeah. Obviously, at times, I think towards later in the window, he needed he said, I need another attacker. I need another attacking player. And they had Cole Palmer up their sleeve and they just pulled that trick out and it's been brilliant for Chelsea. Fairs, he's just scoring pens, but
he's playing well.
He's contributing very well to the game.
He's got 2 assists as well.
Yeah.
So Chelsea have got those kind of aspects in there. Whereas with United, I feel like the manager has had some input and we're still not seeing it. So the vibe, of course, you're higher than us in the table, but like we didn't think it's expectation as well. We did not think.
But what I'm saying is that Chelsea, to me, are in a better position. And what makes the position better is you have an owner that backs the club completely. And also you have a clear transfer policy. You have a clear route that you're going that if, for example, Pochettino gets sacked or he's not working at Chelsea anymore, the next manager, he has a set of players that are all similar to each other in certain ways. So then they will be careful about making sure that you don't just go and get like a Mourinho for them style of players. You're going to get the right style of players to suit the ones you have. With United, we've had different managers and each manager has been able to choose exactly who they want. then they get sacked, and then another manager comes in, different play style, different players. So then Ten Hag has stepped in with different players that play different play styles, and has had to get by and put things together. And then the players he could actually trust that suits play style, what happened to them this season? They all got injured.
That's the other thing.
Speak.
What happened to the players that have been at United for more than 3 years?
Such as?
Lindelof.
Yeah, what about them?
What I'm saying is, it's going to quote me, yeah?
It's quite a
Say
few
this,
players
yeah?
been there for more than 3 years.
De Bruyne, Silva, Mahrez, obviously gone. When you look at the players of Manchester United, yeah?
Jose.
Look at where they go, where they play, how they play, if they play.
Wait, I just did what he did. That's cold.
Bro.
That's cold.
Bro.
Hey, yo, I'm gonna shake your hand for that, man. I didn't even do it.
Oh my-
If they play. Bro, it's very true.
Bro.
There haven't been signings. The only player that has been through the works in United, I think, is Rashford. Maybe you can count Maguire. Maybe.
What?
De Gea, obviously, was gone. But what I'm trying to get at is the fact that
Bruno?
No, because he hasn't been through the works. He's only been through what Oli Ragnick's work experience and then Ten Hag.
He ain't been through the Van Gaals. He ain't been through
Exactly.
the Moises.
So
There's only 2 more managers that he missed out.
So what I'm trying to
Mourinho.
3.
what I'm trying to get at what I'm trying to get at, yeah,
Yeah.
is the fact that United haven't made, when they go to sign players, United are always looking for the finished product. Yes, this player can come in now and make us great. This player can come in now and make us great. You haven't once, apart from now with Højlund, actually bought someone that you can actually invest and you bought
Højlund will turn out to be like one of the best signings ever, by the way.
I don't think best signings either,
insane.
but I feel like he is.
He
good.
will turn out to be one of the best signings ever.
I feel like he is
For
good.
United.
I feel like he is good. But my point is the fact that you haven't made these signings that are investments. Even when you look at Arsenal,
I hear what you're saying.
Ramsdale.
It's not the manager's fault, though. It's not the manager's fault. It still goes back to the people above the manager.
cool, but
Because your transfer policy at Chelsea of signing young players, only up to a certain age limit and certain style of play, is not coming from Pochettino. I can tell you that.
of course,
It's not. With Arsenal, Arteta is on the same page as the people above him. And the people above him know football. Edu knows football. These guys know football. With Ten Hag, it's him deciding who he's going to sign. And above him, he has businessmen who don't really... I'm not saying that they don't know football. Who am I to say that they know football? But like, they don't have football pedigree
They're
in the
probably
way
not as astute
you're...
in their football knowledge as other clubs.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying. We lack that sporting director that's in line with the manager so that everyone's on the same page. City have it, man. City have it. United do not have it, bro. We've got people pulling out different directions, bro.
Yeah, but even if you look at Cities though, that the guy who's between Pep and the Sheikh, he's not really a footballer.
He's not really a footballing guy.
He's someone representing
The Saudi.
the UAE, the Abu Dhabi.
Yeah.
people. I don't think he's actually like.
Go back to the All or Nothing documentary.
No, but no,
it shows his involvement.
He knows football, but that's not like his.
Forte.
Yeah, like to be honest,
But either way, they're all
Ruben
on the
Diaz,
same page, bro. Like they're all on the same page.
That is
And the thing is, I can guarantee you, if if Pep goes from City, it's gonna be the same style of football that they're gonna play.
not necessarily, but it'll be fine.
Or it won't be too dissimilar.
If they
They're not gonna go far from it.
if they get a certain style of manager.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. But they would only get a certain style of
Can I
manager.
mention one team that's doing really well? That's just creeping up. Aston Villa, bro.
Yeah, man.
That went up 5th.
Yeah, they just beat Fulham 3-1, wasn't it?
Yeah, should have been more.
know what,
Even
though?
Liverpool, they're firing as well.
Yeah, Liverpool. Yeah, I think Liverpool are doing way better than I estimated. I think maybe I stretched it. I
Do you
might
know
have put them to finish out of Champions League spots, but a slight inkling in me thought they'd be able to kind of almost not emulate what they did with City, but get towards that type of level and kind of push City. But I just didn't know how the full rebuild would be. One, I feel like they've plugged some gaps from Mane and from Firmino. Like Darwin Núñez is actually not doing too bad, and we know what Luis Diaz is capable of.
Yeah.
Jota's now playing a lot.
They got
more.
Gakpo in the back.
Gakpo, exactly, but I just didn't think the midfield was patterned.
Do you know what it is? I feel like they are still lacking that. I feel like they really
Still
do
getting
need
through
a.
games though.
It's true, but McAllister's not a holding midfielder. He's
Yeah.
not. He's picking up
That
way too many
midfield,
bookings.
it's gonna get outrun by.
Szoboszlai, he's been quite good. He's
Yeah,
had good stuff.
Szoboszlai has been good, but
They need a holding
that
midfielder there.
I'm telling you, he's picking up way too many cards, and he's getting exposed quite a bit.
They need a holding midfielder.
But because the whole engine is working well, you're not really.
And also, you have to look at the
Have you-
opposition
have
that
you
they're
seen
coming
too much of
against
that
as
Endo
well.
guy. I've seen a couple.
Yeah,
bits of him
he
off
seems
side.
I'm not
okay.
a big fan.
He
But
seems
he's not-
okay.
he's
Like I don't
special.
think personally, obviously I'm not a Liverpool fan, but personally I don't think he's the holding midfielder
But
to
what type
get
of
you the
holding
league title.
midfielder do Liverpool need? Do they need
The
someone
one
who's
that they
gonna be
just
breaking
got
up
rid
the,
of,
like
man.
like
Fabinho. Yeah.
Someone who's breaking up the game and popping
You know,
it off.
I feel
Yeah.
like they need someone who has, you know, I don't want to say someone who has an engine on them because I know they do play the Gegen. I mean, they've kind of moved away from it
Rodri from
slowly, the Gegen pressing type of football. But yeah, they do need someone who's like Rodri but with legs.
Cool, but
That's the style of play they need.
He covers ground.
realistically, cool. Where they were looking in the market was somebody like Caicedo, who they should where they should.
Yeah,
Caicedo would have been
or even Lavia.
Yeah,
They,
Lavia.
both
Yeah,
of them would have
both
been good,
of them. Yeah.
100%.
Pete.
Come get your bitch back.
Can I mention one thing though? VAR.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Because-
before we go.
Okay, I know I'm going to be biased because I'm an Arsenal fan, but that game against Newcastle,
It wasn't a pen though. It weren't, bro.
It was a crazy game, man. Let's say
that game
first.
against Newcastle,
Mm.
I'm not even talking about the ball being out because that one is subjective. I know that sometimes angles and all them things there, but Joe Linton's push on Gabriel.
No, bro, but
Because-
but what was Gary Neville saying? Gabriel, he tried it, man.
No,
Like,
no.
It wasn't-
because that's dumb. Do you know why that's dumb? Because Gary Neville's not a centre half. First of all, he's a fullback. Yeah.
He's
So
a
he's still-
defender,
he's
though.
a professional footballer.
Listen to what I'm saying.
He's one of the best defenders in the Premier League history, bro. Like,
Listen to me
you
say
can't do that. You
Let me
can't
listen,
do
let me
that. He
land.
knows what
let
he's
me
talking
land.
about.
You let me set flight, but I'm not landing. Bro.
Don't
What's
go
going
to my
on?
boy, man.
Alright, cool,
Don't
whatever.
land.
Cool.
Don't
That
have to play,
aside,
man.
that aside, yeah. That aside, look at the penalty that Haaland got. Look at the penalty
What,
that
for
Haaland
Chelsea?
got. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know what it
But
is?
that's the
What it is
problem in
is
itself,
no.
though.
What
what
That's
it
the
is
problem in
is
itself.
consistency.
And
That's
and,
what the
and I
problem
think
is,
it's a
bro.
misunderstanding of the law as well. And I think it's flawed with the referees. Because do you know who was the head of VAR on that day?
Who?
Mike Oliver. I was trying to say Martin. Mike Oliver.
Yeah.
Do you know what team Michael Oliver supports?
Is
they
he
do
a
know
United
games.
fan?
He's
or
a
is
Newcastle
he-
fan.
They
Do you know how
do
many-
know
Newcastle.
do you know how many-
Yeah, 'cause that
do you know how many-
picture,
no,
innit?
do you know how many pictures there are of him in Newcastle?
Anthony
kits?
Taylor, that's
what I'm
Sports
saying.
United.
So what I'm saying is, is the fact that if there is an official for the lineup of the game
Yeah.
that supports either one of those teams, don't let them do it.
I hear it.
I
bro.
hear
Don't
it, but
let
I
them
don't
do
look
it.
at.
But VAR,
Because-
did
because-
the decision not go to the ref? In the
It
end?
went to VAR, and they said that in their view there wasn't enough evidence. And when they say their view, they're literally just talking about the fourth official in Stockley Park, who was Michael Oliver, because it all comes down to subjectivity.
But then,
At the end of the day,
but the ref never called it though himself.
no, but that's what I'm getting at. VAR is there to assist the ref, right? If I
Yeah.
miss something, VAR picks it up for me. That's
Yeah.
what it is. If I got the wrong call, like completely wrong, VAR picks it up for me.
Yeah,
And
but
if
for
the person-
subjective stuff though, it should just be down to the ref, no?
No, but if VAR has come in and they said, you know what, in my opinion, and your opinion is at the end of the day, whenever we watch sports, we're all fans of one team. Whether we see our bias or not, that's not even up to us, that's up to other people. Because there are certain things where it's like, oh, do you know what? If that was an Arsenal player, I don't think I'd say the same thing because my bias might kick in subconsciously or not. And that's what I'm getting at. The fact that a lot of these referees, first of all, it comes from a disparity within where the referees come from. Because if you look at it, I think it's 90% of them come from the
North
Midlands
of
and the
England.
north of England,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
already puts a disadvantage to all the teams in the south. I'm not
Yeah.
going to go and start crying about Arsenal and saying, oh, you know, last year they cost us a title, when, not going to lie to you, they kind of did. But all I'm saying is that it needs to be fair. No, it's not cap.
I think that they
No,
will
wait,
always.
hold on.
Oh,
Sorry,
no,
sorry.
please,
It's not cap.
man.
No,
No,
like,
man.
you should give me.
Alright,
You should give me now. I'm
No, but
tripping.
you as well.
I'm
Leave
tripping
it.
now.
We're
I'm
not talking
tripping
about
now.
last season.
I'm tripping now. Do you know why? Do you know why? Because the referee, Lee Mason, forgot to draw the
Why
lines.
does he know their names?
No, yes, because I know the investigation. Come on, man. Lee Mason,
did it?
listen, Lee Mason forgot to draw the lines to call off offside, which is a clear offside against Brentford, and then what? An issue an apology.
Alright.
What happened?
But
what
do you know
happened
what
to
the
him?
thing?